Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay. So we are going to start the class in a few minutes. Let's just wait for a few minutes. If you join us, we are starting the class as soon as possible. Thank you very much. We are starting now. We are starting now. So there's no other time than now. Just want to more people to join us. So I will not be going back and be explaining every time. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Please let me know if you can hear me. Hello? If you can hear me, kindly unmute and talk.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, okay, you can remain muted again. So,
Hello, good afternoon.
good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I would like to thank you for making yesterday first class a success. And today, we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday was our first class. It was a huge success. We were able to introduce the class, explain what data analysis is all about, and what BMC has in store for us for this cohort. Then we kickstarted the training itself. Okay. So today, we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. We started with introduction to Excel yesterday. We learned some basic functions. And today, we are going to look at basic formatting, some simple formatting in Excel. You know, when you work with Excel, so many times you have reasons to do some kind of formatting. If you look at this workbook here, if you look at this workbook that I'm using currently now, you will see that the workbook is a bit formatted. You can see that it's fine. Look at what we have here. And if you come here, you can see, look at what we have here. You can see that you cannot compare them to each other. Look at the way this one is structured. Look at all these numbers. Can you see the numbers here? But look at this. I think this is more presentable to somebody or any boss or whatever. It looks fine and good. That's the work of formatting. So today we're going to quickly look at formatting. We don't have time to waste. So when you talk about formatting, like I said earlier, formatting is about making your data or your text or your job to be in a kind of structure that you want. And to do formatting, the simple way that I can quickly analyze or explain formatting in brief is if you click on your home tab, click on the home tab. You know, we have I showed yesterday, I said we have different tabs: home, insert, page layout, formula, data, this and that. All these are tabs. So click on the home tab. If you don't know how to get it, just press Alt and H on your keyboard. It will take you to your home tab like this. You press Alt key on your keyboard, and you press H for home. So it will take you to your home tab. Now, and under this home tab, you will see something here. You see font. Can you see font, alignment, number, style? All these are used for formatting. All these are formatting tools. Font is formatting tool, alignment, numbers, and style. All these are what? Are formatting tools. The other way by which you can also look at it is when you click on the cell in your Excel and you right click like this. When you right click, you see format cell. Click on format cell. All these are instruments of formatting. Number, alignment, font, border, fill. All these are what? They are instrument of formatting. So now we're going to start with font formatting. When you talk about font, there are some simple notes here that we can also read later, but we will not be able to be going through them one by one in class. So let's look at font. Font is how your text is looking. These are the font. You want to see, when you talk about font, is about how do you want your text to look like. Your text, all this text. Formatting as all this text that you have in your data, in your cell, on your Excel. How do you want them to look? In terms of, do you want it to be bold, to be underlined, the size, the calligraphy? Those are what you want to learn, or how you want this one to look like. Most of us, if we are familiar with Microsoft Word, I think you won't have much problem using this font area. For example, let's start with bold. I've clicked on this text. I see the text where this cell where I am, cell A8, and I click on bold. You see what happened? It has boldened this. We use bold most time when you want to format headings, headers, or column name, row name, whatever. So when you are dealing with headers, we use bold most of the time. And we also have the next one that follows is italics. If I click on this and I press this one in the middle, can you see that the font has changed also? This is called italics. So now with these two, sometimes you can match them together. You can bold and italics. You can italics and bold. So to do any of them, you can just have to click, select your text, and just click. That's all. You have done that. Then the third one in this series is underline. Let me underline this. I can see that my text is underlined now. I can also underline this if I want to. Click on this and underline. My text is underlined. So that's just a brief way of underlining your text. Here you can change the font style. All these styles you have here. This one currently we have Calibri. This Calibri. Click on this. This is also Calibri. You can decide, okay, I don't like this Calibri, the way it's looking. It's looking too childish. Okay. I can let me look for another one. This is Calibri Light. Can you see as I'm clicking it, this one is changing. Can you see the sample here? Calibri Light, Calibri, Agency FB, Algerian, Area Black. So you see, as we are moving, the text keeps changing. So once you see the one you like, you have a particular font that you want, just click OK or you hit enter on your keyboard. That's all. Now we have Bell MT now. This one is what? Bell MT. Also, you can also increase the size. You know, this size we have here, let's assume you are working with headers and you want to change this size. What do? Just come here and select the size that you like. Any size that you want, you can select your size, and that's okay. You can use this also to increase the size or reduce size from here. So those are the little things we learned there, and we move to color. You can color the cell where you are. You remember when I show you this? Can you see this color? This green color is a handwork of format. You fill, that's called color fill. The color was filled with that. Then, apart from filling the color or the cell, we also have text number 2. The font color rather, you can also put the font in color. Look at this font we have is in black right now. I can decide to change this color from black to red. I can change from red to green. I can change the font from green to blue. How you see? So these are what we can do with font here. Then we come to alignment. come to alignment. So under alignment, what we have here is where do you want your text to stand inside this cell? I'm going to expand this. Look at this cell very well. Where do you want this cell to reside? Is it top right or top left or the middle or center or where? That is what you do with alignment. You want to align it. Now let's look at this. Currently now, if you look at this, you can see that this is highlighted, which means this is bottom aligned. Bottom aligned, but we don't know is it right or left. Now let's click this. Let me select the cell and hit this now. So this is top alignment. What's happening? It's not responding. What's wrong? Okay, let me type on that one. Text name. What's happening? I think the Excel is it's not working. Okay, let me begin. Text name. It's not working. It's ready, but not working. Okay, let me see now. Okay, let me scroll down and check on that sheet. Okay. Okay. Is the sheet protected? Perhaps the sheet is protected. Please, if your sheet is protected, just go to view and the review rather, and click. It's not protected, right? Yeah. Why is it not? Why? What is happening here? Okay. I think it's ready. Okay. So look at this text name we have here. Come back to Home tab. If I click on this is what happened. It has jumped to the top. Now, join to top. This one in the middle, and this is bottom. So top, middle, bottom. The same thing here. You can have left, center, right. And you see that it's moving. And you see the way the text name is moving. Center, left. Now, if I want the center middle, I can just click on this and click on this. And you see we have center and middle together. If I want it at bottom right, I can just hit this button and click right. So that is what you do with alignment. You select where you want your text to reside. You see on the left side, bottom, this and that, and you can see add all the formatting here, like we said earlier. You can do all sort of formatting, and you see align it where you want it to look, where you want it to be. Then under alignment, we have this rotation here. Here, this is where you rotate your text. Sometimes, based on whatever you are doing, you may want your text to be rotated. For example, let's say we have something like this, and you want the name, you want this header to rotate upward. Just come down now. I want this status to rotate upward. I can just come here and click on this. Then select how do you want it to rotate. Is it like this? Vertical text, rotate text down, format, set alignment. So let's quickly look at it one by one. Angle clockwise. Can you see the way the status is now looking? I can say, okay, again, if you want to move again, click on this, back. Now we have angle clockwise. That one is facing down, clockwise. Now you don't want to, you are done with that, click on it, it will go back to the normal. Then let's look at another one, vertical text, status. You see the status? Now this is vertical from top to bottom now, up to down. Also, we have this where you can say rotate up. So all these are options that we have under alignment. And finally, we have indent. Under this, we have indent. Indent is used mostly when you have a kind of subset under a set. I will explain what I mean by the subset. You remember when you are doing some analysis, sometimes you want to analyze something, you have name or marital status. Marital status. Under this, we have married, single, divorced. I think that's all. Okay, or widow or whatever. Now, let's say we have this as subset to this. Looking at it like this, you will think that they are all together on the same category. But just click on these three and hit this indent here. This one moving to the right. And you see what happened? It has changed this one. It has shifted it a bit forward. It has shifted this a bit forward. It again moving to the right. So with this, you can know that these are subset of what? Of this. Bold this, and you know that you can know that these are subset of this one. So that is how to use indent. You can move it backward by clicking on this, move backward, and move forward here. So can I give you 2 minutes to quickly check one or two things from your own? Kindly work it out within 2 minutes, and we continue from where we stop. If you have questions at this point, you can ask your question while others are practicing. If you have any question now, please let's ask our question. And other people are practicing. If you don't have questions, please practice. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, please, I just want to ask, when you are talking about the size and the character, is there any standard for the size of the character, or one can decide to use any character he or she likes?
There is no size for anything. It depends on what you are working on, the size of your paper, and the purpose of what you are doing. That will determine the size you are going to use. Get that? So that's one. And two, in terms of font, when you are working in official settings, design is not your motive. Design mostly is just to make your job look fine or good, but it's not to come and design and imagine somebody you come and use this one as a text without the heading. Let's say this one is heading, and within the text also you now come here and let's look at somebody submitting his job, and you want to write some notes, and you come here and use this kind of font. You see that it will just make the job to look somehow. Are you getting me now? So you should, the motive of what you want, your motive should drive what font you're going to choose. But in official settings, when you are writing, please adhere to simple text font like this. Simple text font like Calibri, Arial Black, all these simple ones are okay in official settings. Are you getting me now? So, but when you want to do headings, headings is only when you are using heading that you use all these bolding things, because when you have too much of formatting, it makes your job to be somehow awkward. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much for the clarification.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, no other question? Have we tried it out? If you have any issue while trying any of this, the font, and the alignment. If you have any issue, try any of them, let me know. Okay, Alabi? Mr. Olawale? Ask your question.
Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you. I know we are in formatting, so whether this is the right time to ask this question or not. There's this under formatting whereby you create options in a drop down. I've always been thinking, how do they do this thing? Are we there now or going to be later? Do you understand what I'm saying? Whereby you have about 5 options inside somewhere in Excel. You click I don't know how they,
Okay, that's not that's called data validation. We are going to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
That is not here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody raised his hand just now.
Yeah, I think I'm the one.
Okay, Kingsley, ask your question.
Yeah. I skipped the place where you understand you're trying to move some words to the right hand side or down, something like that. And you said it was not working. So I had a network disruption, so I couldn't get that part. You didn't let that right there. If not, please, I'd like to see what you did there.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So the area you're talking about is here. I said you can use this is buttons here. This is how they move. Can you see? When I click on this, the text jump up. If I click on this, jump down. When I click on this, middle. This left, this center, this right. Is that okay now? That's what I'm talking about here. This is how. So wherever you want your data, when you want to align your text to the right or left or top or bottom, these are what you use to do that.
Okay, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So the next thing we're going to look at is under the alignment, we have wrap text, margin center. When you want to wrap text, or when do we wrap text? Look at this. Let's look at this here. I'm coming down to this place. Now, I want, let me go back, return this back to how it is, normal status. Now, let's say I want all these columns to be of the same size. Let me input sizes like this. See what happened? When you highlight columns like this and you drag any of them, all of them will be of the same size. All of them will be of the same size immediately. When you highlight them together, the same thing with rows too. When you click on 2 or 3 rows and you drag any of them, they will be of the same size automatically. Is that clear? Now look at this department, status, hire date, phone number. This slide, you can see that this one is cut. This one also cut. This one also cut, and this ones. But I want the name. I don't want the size to increase. Okay, the size is not even. This one is not part of the size. Let me reduce this also. I don't want the size of this column to increase. Maybe because of the space or the paper I want to use to print. But I want this. I want to read the full name, transportation, basic salary, this, and this. So what do? We are going to wrap text. Kingsley, you can take up your hand. Now, what do we do in this case? Just select all this header and click on wrap text. You see what happened? It has increased split them into what? Into 2 rows, and it's still still ensuring that we can read everything within that cell. So now you can see these ones that have space in between them, they are cut properly. Phone number, basic salary. But while the other ones that are not that doesn't have anything to split them were splitted based on the number of characters that the cell can accept. So this is what we use wrap text for. If you click again, it will go back to normal. If you click again now, So go back to what? To wrap. This is called wrap text. Now, sometimes the wrap text may not be a good option for you. For example, look at this. For some of these, the wrap text is okay, like this. But this department, look at the way it's looking. Department. This is not, it's not like making good sense. What do? There's another option called shrink text. If you right click on your text and you press format cell, or you press Ctrl 1 on your keyboard, Ctrl 1, it will bring out this dialog box. So what do? Under the alignment here, you see shrink text. I want to remove from wrap and take shrink. Hit OK. See what happened? It has shrink this text into that single cell that we have. Even though the size is not too small, only when you look at it critically that you can know that the size is small. But looking at it on a normal with normal whatever, you can see that we have it as a what? They look like the same size. So we use shrink when you don't want to break your text. Something like this, you can shrink it. Format cell, remove wrap, and shrink. You can shrink your text if you don't want it to don't want to break it into two. You can shrink cell. So that's another thing to do. Then the third thing here is merge and center. Merge and center, merge across, merge cell, and unmerge cells. So when you want to merge and center, you have something like this. Let's say we have this as our header. We want this text to be in the center of this group of columns. What do? We just select from the cell where you have your text and move towards the right, and then hit merge and center. It's already in the center. It has merged all this column now. It has merged all the column, and now you can format it, you can increase it, you can do anything. You can see now it's in the center now. That's called merge and the center. And sometimes if you are working with too many tables, maybe you have so many tables and you don't want, I'm clicking on that one, I'm clicking Ctrl V. See what I've done? Let me show you what I did just now. I selected this column, this header here, and I click on insert. Right click and I insert this. So I have a new column. Now I want to copy this text. Again, Ctrl C and paste it here. Ctrl V. So I want to remove this and reduce the size so you can see it clearly. Now, let's say sometimes when you have some tables and inserting a new column might become issue like this. When you want to insert column, Excel will insist that no, your inserting column will create problem for other tables that you have. When you usually have this is when you have merged some cell, and shifting a single cell will scatter the table you already have. In that case, what do? You remove your data from merge and center and you use another method, merge across selection. Now, the same cell I have before, I selected this now, then press my Ctrl 1. Under this horizontal, you see center across selection. Let me click on this and hit OK. Let me bolden it and increase the size. Look at them together. Look at the two. Can you see that they look alike? This is merge and center. This is center across selection. They look alike, but while this one merged all the column together, this one did not merge them. They were not merged. Can you see that the cells are, each of the cells are independent? Can you see there? That all the cells are what? Independent, but we still have our merge and center to work for us. Let me do it again. The first one here, just select your row, select the range that you want to use, and hit merge and center. The second one here, I selected everything. Then under this merge, Control 1, you see center across selection here. This is when I click on this and I click OK, I have it in the center also. So both are in the center, but you can see that while this one has merged all the columns, all the rows together, or the cells together, this one just merge them in our face, but in the real sense, each of the cells is independent of each other. Can you try that out before we move on? Try out this. I think we learned two things: wrap text and merge. Can you try it out before we move to numbers? Okay, now I think we can move. Does anybody have any question at this point? No question? Let's move on. Now, in Excel, we know that we deal more. We are going to deal more with numbers. So we are going to spend more time here, which is more of our aim here. Why we come for this formatting is actually not because of the text. Most of us that we use Microsoft Word, we will have come across some of this before now. So why we are here is actually on this numbers. So let's quickly see what we can do with numbers. If you can click on this button here, this thing we have here, you can click on this to expand your format cell dialog box. You can click Ctrl 1 to expand your dialog box. You can right click and get format cell. So those are the way by which you can get what? Your format cell button. Click on this, or click on this. Any of them will open your dialog box for formatting text. When you click on this, it's going to open font for you. When you click on this, it will open what? Alignment for you. And when you click on this, it's going to open what? Number for you. So here under numbers, we have different types of numbers here. We have general, numbers, currency, accounting, date, time, percentage, and the rest. When you talk about number, general number, something like this. When you see any number here that doesn't have any format, these are general. The number is in general form as it is now. All these numbers are what? They're in general form. There is nothing to tell you if it is naira, if it is kobo, if it is phone number, if it is ID number. We don't know. There's nothing to denote that here now. The way it's looking, all the numbers are just looking like random numbers here. So now let me select these numbers here. I'm starting from basic salary now. Let me select the basic salary. All this row. I'm clicking on all this row here. Then I want to press Ctrl 1. Then under number, I'm leaving general now. You can see the sample of general 24,550. No comma, nothing. I click on number now. Under number now, you can see I have options here. How many decimal place do I want? 2 or 3 or 1 or 0? I can determine that. Then, do you want 1000 comma separator? I can say yes. Now it's looking like round real number. I hit OK. Now you can see when you see this one now, you're likely to say, oh, this is number 24,550 now. The same thing here. Let me do the same thing here. Click on Ctrl 1, click on numbers, and use comma separator and leave it in 2 decimal place or 1 decimal place and hit OK. That is how to format your number. Now, next to that, I'm selecting the transportation cost now, and I press Ctrl 1. Now, next to that, I want to use currency. You can see that the same thing we have under numbers, we have it here under currency, except that there is no option whether to put comma or not. But you have option to change symbol. We have the option what? For symbols here. We have symbols here. So in this case, we're going to pick this Naira sign. If you don't have that, if you scroll down, you can still see Nigerian Naira, Yoruba Naira, Hausa Naira, all this. You can see so many Nairas there. So if you use Edo Naira, it's going to give you the same thing and hit OK. So whether it's Edo Naira or Yoruba Naira, it's going to give you the same thing. If you use 2016, of 2016 till date, you are going to see Naira there. But if you use 2007, 2010, you may not see Naira in your options, but you can see dollar. So Ctrl 1, again, I pick currency again, and I pick Naira as a sign, and hit OK. So we still have it like that. Now, also next to that again, we have another thing here. I'm going to use another one as example. Ctrl 1, press Ctrl 1, hit on accounting, and hit Naira, leave your Naira. Okay, fine. Now, I want to show you something here. Let me do it again. I want to click on Ctrl 1, click on accounting, and hit OK. There is difference between the accounting and currency. This one is accounting. Look at the accounting format here. Look at the currency format. And look at the currency format. Can you spot the difference between them? The Naira in accounting, these two are accounting format, while these two are currency format. Can you spot the difference between them and tell me what you can notice? Tell me what you notice from the two.
For me, I noticed that the Naira is separated from the other figure under accounting.
Accounting format, great.
Where you have wardrobe and lunch years, accounting format.
Yeah. But under the other ones, under the currency format, the numbers are the same. They are together.
Under the currency, they are together.
Great job. So that is as simple as that. I just want to show you the idea that so that when you see it, you can understand what is happening. You can see your own. Maybe you format something and it's looking like this, and you format the other one is looking like this. You are like, what's happening? Right? That's just what can happen there. Can you try that out? The numbers I've formatted 3 numbers now. Numbers, currency, General is there automatically. It's already in general. We have numbers, currency, and accounting format. So quickly practice that out. Let me give you 2 minutes to do that. So at this point, if you have questions, you can ask your question now. You have question, ask your question now while people are practicing. This is time for question.
You need a verified for working. What the own?
Please, if you are sharing your video, can you please stop your video?
Hello, sir.
Hello, Ngozi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ask your question.
Yes, sir. You always say we should try it on our own, but I don't have the Excel documents on my system, no file to practice on my own here while you're working or while you're teaching.
Okay, I think I've given it out to everyone. Okay, no problem. I will send it. Well, are you using the laptop to connect to the Zoom now?
Yes, I don't have it too.
Okay, I'm going to send it to the chat box here.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to send it now to the group in this chat box. You see it in the chat box here now. Oh, I can't see the option. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm going to share it in the WhatsApp group. I can't find the option. The option is disabled. I don't know why. The option is disabled. The option to attach something here. I can't find it. And I sent yesterday. Okay. I'm going to share with WhatsApp groups. So check your WhatsApp group if you are in any of WhatsApp group.
I think you should be able to drop it on chat.
Yeah, I should, but I can't find it. I can't see the option to attach anything.
Okay.
I don't know why. I should. I can't find it now. So let me drop to our WhatsApp groups. Okay, I think I've sent it to your groups. Please kindly confirm if you can, if you have received it. If you have not,
I have, sir.
okay, good. You can download it now, and so that you can practice as we are doing. Please. Okay. Now, so the next thing we are going to look at, see on number, is one is the dates. Date. Look at this number here. Can you see this? We have higher date, but are this looking like date? No. You can see we have 30,000, 40,000, all these things we are having here. But at the header here, we have higher date. So what I'm going to do, we just format this and it will show date. In Excel, dates are stored as numbers. Dates are stored as number in Excel until you format it. So this is the number. This number is Excel number started from January 1, 1900. So this is 1 in Excel. This is 1. When you see 1 in Excel and you format as date, it's going to give you January 1, 1900. January 2, 1900 is what? Is 2. January 3 is 3. So January 1, December 31st of that year will be what? 365 or 366, depending on the whether leap year or not leap year. January 1, 1901. That is what? 367 number. So you can see since then, since this date, that's what Excel has been counting. So if you look at this 36,189, that is 36,189 days after this date. 36,189 days after what? After this January 1, 1900. That is how all the dates are stored in Excel. So if today's date now is 3/9/2023. If I format as general now, this is 45,172 days. After what? After 1/1/1900. Is that okay now? Now, these are number. How do we format our numbers now as a date? I selected everything. Then I press Ctrl 1. Can you see the way I've been selecting? You select, you click on the cell, press Ctrl Shift, down arrow key. The down arrow key on your keyboard. On your keyboard, you have down arrow key. Okay, this is what we have: Control, Shift, and this arrow key. So when you select a cell like this, just select a cell. You want to move down, a cell like this. Then you press Control, you hold your Control, and you hold your Shift, and you press arrow key. Can you see that it has selected everything for me once? Control, Shift, down arrow key. If you cannot do that, you can use your mouse or you use your Shift. You can just hold your Shift and press arrow key one by one. But you hold your Shift while you are pressing this arrow key up and down. Okay. Now we want to format as date. Press Ctrl 1 and you select date here. Select date. So from this date, you can see so many options. What type of date do you want to write? Can you see the date here? So which type of date, what calendar type you want to use? Gregorian, English. We only have one calendar type here. So what English do you want? What kind of date? If it is US date, you can see that it has changed. You can see the samples of dates that we have from US or whatever. These are different type of dates that you can use here. You can use UK, depending on whatever you want to use. No problem, anyone you like. Just select your date format and hit OK. All the numbers are now dates. Can you see them now? They are now dates. What we have as number some minutes ago are all dates. All the dates are here. How do we get that? You press Ctrl+1 and click on date and select one date. Click OK. Bam. That is date. So the shortcut for that, for number and date, we have Ctrl+Shift+2 and Ctrl+Shift+3. Ctrl+Shift+2 will give you date. Ctrl+Shift+3 will give you time. Ctrl+Shift+1 will give you number. So we have this number as formatted as number now. Can you see the numbers? Fine and good. Our number is formatted as a number now. You can choose any of the numbers you have there, any dates you have there, any type of date you have there, you can choose them. And finally, we are going to look at phone numbers also. Most of us, when we want to write phone numbers, we usually have issues. For example, look at this number, 070 080. Because on a normal day, 0 does not start numbering. Does not start numbers. So when you are talking about number, Excel is seeing this as a number that you want to add together. So putting 0 in front of it, 01 means 1. 02 means 2. So the 0 in front of it is useless. It does not carry any weight. But when you are formatting, one thing about formatting is this: when you format, your number will not change. If you look at all the format we have been doing so far, the numbers will not change, but the outlook, how you want it to look, will change. Now, there are a couple of ways by which you can write your number when you are starting your number with 0. There are ways by which you can do that. Number 1, just select your cell like we did earlier. Press Ctrl+1, and you see here you have custom. Select 10 here. Any of the 0, you can just select 10. You have the sample here. Then type your number is, we have 11 zeros as our number. Just type 11 zeros. Okay, everything is ready. See our numbers. Look up here. You have your numbers to be this, but you can see the format here. It has changed the way it's looking. Once again, let me try it again. Select your range like this. Press Ctrl+1. Select custom formatting. Select 10 and type number of 0 that you want. Enter. Can you see? We have it as numbers now. That is a way to keep your phone numbers as phone number. Now, sometimes again, if you are just working with a single phone number, if you don't have a list like this, you just work with a single number. What do you do? 070 34 this 12 this. Enter. There's no 0 again. You just come here and put apostrophe 0. Apostrophe 0, and you hit enter. it's going to convert it to text, and the 0 will stay. Now, as a text, 0 can start your number as a text, but as a number, there's no 0 in front of your number. You can't put 0 in front of number in Excel. Excel will throw it away. If I want to write 1 million and you first put 000 in front of 1 million, all the 0 you put in front of it will be thrown away. This same principle applies to check numbers too. Check numbers can be like this. You can have some check number to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, this. Something like this can happen to check number, and you discover that all the zeros are gone. Zeros are gone. Just select your data, select it like this, press Ctrl 1, select your custom, and you click on 1 0. Then you can now come here and say 0, 0, 0. Sorry, 0, 0. If it is 7 digits, make sure your 0 is 7 zeros and it's okay. So, depending on the number you have, Excel will replace the remaining one with 0. Here we have 4, we have 3 zeros. Here we have 3, we have 4 zeros. So the numbers you have will determine the number of zeros that Excel is going to add for you. Are you getting it? I think they are very simple thing. Can you see? Excel is very, very simple and very interesting. Can you see the number we have some minutes ago is now looking fresh? Can you see the numbers now? See the arrangement is becoming better now. Can you see? Fine. Now, as you have it now, you can put some, you can bold some, you can put alignment, you can do anything you want to do. Fine and good. You can just keep starting the formatting. You can start formatting, align left, align right, put your number, sum the number, put total, and you submit to your boss. The space, make sure you give them the same space, and you see, increase the space. Okay, I think the space is smaller than the one above it. So they're as simple as that. Formatting, very easy. So now, not just the phone number that we can use custom formatting for. We can use custom formatting for varieties of things. Under custom, I'm going to, because other ones, all this one we are talking about, just select, no problem. But here, this is where you can actually format your numbers. Here, you can select any number, you can format anything. You can see different format that we have here. Now, sometimes when you work with numbers, let's say you are working with numbers, some number has minus, and then you have minus here. You have minus here. I think we accountants know that we can have minus number. Not only accountants, I think most of us we know we can have minus number in our data set, and you have positive number somewhere. Now we want this number in minus to be shown as a red, as a color. Just select this, your data set. Now press Ctrl 1. Can you see option here? This red. You can pick any of them, and you see your data showing in red. Okay, that is what you can pick. But assuming you don't have it like this, or you don't want it like this, you can still go to custom. See the option the current option we have. The option we have here is telling us that this first one before the comma is positive. Sorry, before this semicolon. What you have after it is telling us that if it is negative, it has to be in red, and the rest will be what? Minus red. Now, I don't want to use this minus. I'm going to do something now. I want to use bracket. I can change this to bracket and close with bracket, and I hit OK. You can see that it has changed automatically from minus to bracket. One thing I want you to note here is this. when you press on any, when you are in custom, anything you are doing, you'll be seeing the sample here, above here. You'll be seeing the sample of what you are doing here as you are working with it. Because what we click here is a positive number. We start from positive number. That's why you can't see that. Let me select this minus only and press Ctrl 1. Can you see the sample of what we are going to get? As you are adding the zeros, can you see this? This thing is gone, it's back. If I want to put it here, can you see? Now, if I click on this, let me leave this. Let me select another sample here. Let me click on this now. Can you see what we have here? I can say, okay, this minus here, I don't want it. If I remove this, once I put bracket, you will see it's going to, okay, it starts with positive, right? Ctrl Z. So if you remove anything here, as you are doing it, you are seeing the sample of what you are likely to get in your server. Let me delete all this. If you delete all this, and can you see, as you are doing anything you are doing, you'll be seeing the sample of what you are likely to get there. Okay, I want to put everything in bracket, and I can do that. So I want the numbers to be in bracket, and it's okay. You can see that this time around, there is no, I've removed the issue of positive or negative from here. All the numbers will just be in bracket, and they will be in bracket. So that is how to format your numbers, and also date too. Under custom formatting, Ctrl 1. Under date, you can also do the same thing. Look at this date we have. We have this $sign telling us English, the US. You can remember whether it's okay, Nigerian, English, Nigeria. You can say, okay, this is the bracket, comma 1. All this ground, we don't need it. You can just remove all this. It does not affect your date, but this bracket is still there. Remove it. Now our date is intact. Because, okay, let's say this date we want to write as Monday 11. You cannot say D this. When you write D, you can see that we have Tuesday here, because this date is what? Tuesday. If I click one, I remove one of the D and make it 3 Ds. See what I have? 2. If I make it 4D, I have Tuesday. I have 3D here.
We are not seeing anything on your screen, no. It's just starting.
Wow. Okay. No problem. Let me reshare.
I can see.
Let me reshare.
I can see your screen.
I get what he's saying. I
right.
get what he's saying. Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot see what I'm doing really. Oh, even everything I did there. Did you see when I was changing the negative? No, you did not see. You did not see. Yeah, you did not see. I get what he's saying. Okay, let me quickly redo this. So we have this negative number, and I said to format this, you can just press Ctrl 1. And you have this option here, right? Just select the custom.
Share your screen, sir.
My screen is shared now. Maybe it's a kind of lag. Some minute is lag. Let me hold on.
Maybe you should check the system.
Don't worry, you will see it. It's just it's internet that is lagging behind. It's lagging. Don't worry, you will see it now. It's lagging because of, I think it's internet that is slow from somewhere. Maybe from my hand. Can you see my screen now? Or you can't see, you can see it now, right?
Yes, you can see it.
Can you see the dialog box that I have here?
Yes.
There is this format box in front of me.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the format box that I've been talking about. When I press Ctrl 1, this is what you will see. Each time you press Ctrl 1, it will bring out this button for you. Now I'm explaining something from this custom. I said, if you look at this one here, red, format in red, and in numbers. I said, now what this one is saying is that this first part is saying that if this is positive, it should show like this. If it is negative, it should be in red, and you want it as minus whatsoever here. But you can change this color if you like, from red to blue. You get that? And you can say, okay, I don't want this minus. Instead of minus, I want bracket. Can you see what I have? And I hit OK. You can see that we now have bracket and we have the value instead of the minus. What we have there is what? Is now bracket now, based on the instruction we give to Excel. So this is what we did here. Is that clear now?
Maybe
Hello?
it's from my end, Sha.
Yes,
Just
can
static
talk.
here. I did not see how you are moving the cursor.
Can people
It's
see?
only
Can
one
people see
screen.
it? Can you other people see it for now?
Yes, I can see it, sir.
We can see it.
Okay, you can see the way I did. You can see the way I edited this red.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I think it's from
you
hand.
deleted the red. Yeah.
Exact. I deleted minus.
Yeah.
I deleted the minus and I changed it to what? To bracket. Can you? Okay, let me allow you to do it. If you see it, you can do it now. Ngozi, ask your question. Other people, you can do it out. Try it out. Try to format your number. I think the same thing. Did you see when I formatted these numbers also? This is how I formatted the numbers. Select this 0 and type 1100 there. That's just it. Just type the 11 zeros and your number will be in 11 digits. You know we have 10 digits. If you start from 7, this one will give you 10 digits. But when you type 11 zeros, Excel will fill the remaining ones with what? With zeros. So let me give you 2 minutes to practice this one and the date format, the number format here, this custom formatting and this custom formatting. Everyone now. Hello, ask your question.
Yeah, sir. Actually, you've gone far. I actually raised up my hand when you were taking the date side of the lecture. I didn't really get it, the date and the time, that aspect before you got to this very place we are now. It was confusing to me.
Okay, the date, Abby. The date, only the date. You are talking about the date, right? I will explain to you.
The date and the time.
I didn't say anything about time. Just the date that we talk about. Okay, don't worry.
Hello, how can we do the phone number that's 0? I didn't get it.
Okay. You can, when you talk finish, you can mute yourself, please. Okay, no problem.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I have been able to do that of phone number, but the one that has negative number, I don't have that one in my data set.
Okay, good. You will have it. Don't worry. You will have it. Okay. Now, what we are talking about is this. What I'm showing you there is about, I'm showing you custom formatting, how to do your formatting yourself. That's what we are learning here. We have these numbers. I want to clear the formatting here. Clear format. Bam. This is what we have before, right? I just select this number and I press Ctrl 1. Under custom, you select 0. Now, instead of leaving it as 0, type is 0 now. You now change this to 11 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And hit OK. Can you see that we have 11 now? We now have 0 as the first number now, because we have instructed Excel that in this column, everything here should be what? 11 digits. So whatever is not up to 11 will be completed with what? With 0. That is how that is done. For date, let me clear the format here. For date, I clear the format here, and I click Ctrl+1 again. Look at it now, my friend. Click on date here and select any date you like. This is where you can pick your date. You can pick any of the date you like. You get that? You can say, okay, you can change the date type you want to type. You can change anything, any date, any type of date you want to use. You can always change it. Okay. Is that clear now? That's for date. The same thing with time. Time is also there. You just click on time and select the type of time you want to choose. You get that? So that is that. Then also the third one that I will remind you again is under the date also. I say if you select date, Ctrl+1, you can also customize your date. I said currently we have this as a date. This is date. This is date. You can see that there are different date formats. So you can increase anything here and you can reduce anything here. Because okay, I don't want like this. What I want is 2y. I don't want 2017. I want 2y's only. Can you see what we have? I want 3m. See what we have. I don't want slash. I want slash. I want dash. I don't want slash. I want dash. Can you see that it's changing? As I'm doing it, is what? It's changing here. So these are just the ways by which you can format your text. You can come and say, okay, oh, sorry. And I say at the end of the whole thing, let's say we have D or M. When I put one single zero, one single hem, it shows 5. When I make the hem 2, become 05, 3 hem become May, 4 hem May. So the same thing with January. If it is a month of January, you see 001 January. You get that now? So those are the way by which you can also customize your number. That is the number 3. And the number 4, somebody said you cannot find negative in zone or the red, whatever. Select your data again. Let me clear the format here. Clear this format. Now I press Ctrl+1. Under custom format here, under your numbers, if you look at your number very well, I think you should have somewhere where you can see red. Look through your numbers. You will see some numbers with red. Any of these numbers with red can be used for your formatting as black, as a red. Click on this and just click on this minus and change this minus to bracket and put bracket at the back. That's all. Hit OK. Your number is there, the bracket is there, and the red is there. Any other question? I think I've responded to all the questions you just raised now.
You read in the custom.
You said what?
Why? I didn't see red in the custom. I don't know why.
Under your own custom too.
Under
you don't
my
have
own
red
custom there. Yes.
Okay, no problem. You can also write it out. You can type it out and see if it's work for you. Number 1, you see that if you don't put this Naira sign, it doesn't matter. If you remove the Naira sign there, it doesn't matter. You just type it like this: hash dash hash comma 0 hash 0 semicolon. This semicolon is what is separating the Naira, the positive and negative. Then put the red in a square bracket.
Okay.
Exactly like this. Try to write it out. Control C, and you have it here. Sorry. Let me put it somewhere here where you can see it. Like this.
Okay, I've seen now.
Yep. Okay, so you can type this one and work it, see whether it works for you. Does it work on your system?
It's not changing it to red, yeah? I've
It's not
seen
changing to
red
red?
there, but it's not color like the one it did on your table.
And maybe your screen, maybe perhaps your screen settings might also affect that. Sometimes some screen settings will allow a kind of gray color or whatever, might not support all these colors. If not that, there's nothing wrong with seeing it. Once you can format as a red, it should show as a red for you. Okay, maybe after the class you can share your screen with me and let me see what's wrong there. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So, see on the formatting. Now, sometimes there are times when you want to remove something from it. Okay, let's say let me type some big numbers here. Let me come here. I want to type these big numbers. I want to make this one. Let's make this one like 2 million. Let's make it number. Put this and hit OK. Let me put also some numbers here and one here also. Okay, now let's say we have this, and you don't want all this number to show. You want to customize this number in such a way that maybe only thousands will show from the top or whatsoever. You can still use the same skill here. Press custom formatting, select 10, and put comma. Do you see what happened? See what we have here? I put 1 comma. Can you see what happened? Immediately I put comma. The last 3 numbers are off immediately. Then put another comma. So which means that I'm typing in 2. This is 2 million now. These two stand for 2 million because of these 2 commas that I put after the 0. If I want to show my word in thousands, I can just stay here and maybe I can put double quote K. Quote. I just put K in double quote and I hit this and I hit OK. Can you see this now? Can you, okay? It will be in thousands, 2000 and K. But I want it in millions. I can just come here. Come here. 2, that's the 2 comma. And I put this in double quote. M. Double quote. Enter. So you can see that we have 2M. 9M. This, you can see the number is not changing. We still have our number intact. But formatting wise, this is what we are seeing. Just like here too, your numbers are still intact, but looking at it, you can see what we have here. 200 million, 500 million, 100,000. When you want to suppress some numbers, you want them to show some values. You don't want to show the whole values. You also use column formatting to do that. Or sometimes maybe you are working and you want to show something in maybe 3 plastic 4 bottles. You want to show bottles inside your cell, and you don't want, see, you know, when you had this, if you come here and you type 2M, 9M, and the 2M. If you had this one together, you cannot add it. Let's sum this together and put bracket, enter, 0. But if I sum this together, equals to sum, if I sum this, I'm going to get figure 13M, 13 million. You get that? Because this is just a format. The numbers are here. Only the numbers are here. It's just a format. But this one are text. So that's the reason why when you want to sum some things, maybe you have 30 bottles, 30 crates, 14 dozens. But you want the dozen to show and you want it to work as numbers, you just need to add some double quotes and you put the text inside the double quotes and you close the bracket, bam, you are good to go. From there, you can just keep going. Any question at that point before we jump to flash fill?
Can we quickly practice this, or we do that later?
Practice. That's why I'm asking questions, so that other people who want to ask questions can ask questions while you're practicing it. That's why we give some time for practice and question. So we can be doing everything pari passu.
Please let me do how you get the M.
Okay, the M
I've
again.
been trying.
Okay, I select under set now. Now I'm going to use 1,000. These are in thousands. I'm going to use 1,000 for this. Control 1. Go to custom formatting. Select 0 here. You get that? Or if you want this, you can also do this, and then you put comma. Can you see that I put comma now? So just do that. Do that first. Let me see what you get.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please. Since you sent the material for the last 30 minutes now, my system has logged out and I just joined him back now. I don't know if you can just recap. Yeah, the last thing when you are. No, you just. No, the last thing you. No, the last thing I know I will understand what. I think the last thing you said was when you are talking about the currency and the accounting.
So long. Please, I will share the videos with you. Sorry about that. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry about that. Please, I'm sorry about that.
Okay,
if you go to, if you just 1 or 2 topics now, 1 or 2 areas, I will know. I will recap it. But it's a bit more. We have done so many things after that. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Sometimes internet do something like that. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
so
thank you.
This one I'm talking about. Have you tried this now? Somebody said that something's not working with her.
Yes.
I said click on this. I just put comma. Did you notice that something happened here on your sample?
Yes. The thing changed to 0.
Exactly. So this is 1,000. When you put 1 comma, it's in thousands. When you put 2 comma, it's in millions. When you put 3 comma, it's in billions. So in this case now, I'm using these ones as sample now. They're in thousands. I just click, I double quote, and I put K, double quote, 0.96K, and I hit OK. Can you see? Is it working now with you?
Yes.
Good job.
That means
it worked for me too.
Good job.
Yeah.
Clap for yourself.
How many comma is million like that? 3?
1 comma. Only 1 comma. Only 1 comma for 1,000. 2 comma for million. You know, the comma is standing for this comma here. This comma here. You know, you have 1 comma for 1,000. You have 2 comma in millions. You have 3 commas in billions. Yeah. So this comma is standing for the number of comma you have in your in your numbers. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So
thank you.
let's move to flash fill. Flash fill. So flash fill is one of the tools in Excel that help one to work faster. Flash fill. Sometimes when you want to split name, usually when you want to split name or when you want to merge some things together, and you have the samples very close to each other. So we use flash fill to copy the function you have used above to other cells. Now, look at this name. We have Stone Wisto, Aaron Shaw, Caldwell Holy, Calvin Nathan, and the rest. Now, let me type Stone here. Stone. Everything in small letter. Then I come here. I type Aaron. Can you notice something? What do you notice now? I've not typed Aaron finish, but Excel is already asking me if I want all the first name to come out. Can you see that? I can just hit OK. Everything is there. This is flash fill. But before you use flash fill, you must ensure that there's no space between your data. There's no space between. There should be something that links them together. If you come here and use flash fill, nothing will flash fill. Oh. But now, let's say there's nothing here. If you come here and flash fill, nothing will flash fill. Oh, because there's already gap in between your data. There is space between them. But as you have done this now, Stone, Aaron, hit enter. You can come here and say Wilsto. You can see everything in small letter. Okay, let me put this one in capital letter. Wilsto, and I come here and call Shawl. Can you see everything in capital letter too? It has mimicked what I've written and is putting everything just the way I did it. Can you try that out? Flash fill. So sometimes if it's not showing, let's say you have typed the first one. Let me do it. Okay, let me allow you to do that first. Is it working for you?
Yes, it's working.
Okay. Pick administrative and server. Can admin and can copy kime. Then after that, you cannot use okay, for the other side, let's try this also. Now, let's say I want to write email. I want to create email address for all these people. And I can say, okay, Stone, Stone Wilsto at yahoo.com. Enter. Now, I have this one, but I don't want to create other ones. Before doing this, I can just press Ctrl E. Ctrl E, that's a flash fill. When you create the first one, you can flash fill it. And by pressing Ctrl E, can you see it has mimicked Yahoo, Gmail, AOL, Live, XYZ. It's not using Yahoo for everything, but it's copying what we have in front of them. It has seen the trend I've used, that I use this thing together. I put @ in between them, and I put .com. And in Excel has put everything together, put @ in between, and put .com at the end. So we can use Control E, and you can just type it twice, or you use flash fill here. That flash fill on the Home tab. Flash fill. When you see flash fill, you can flash fill to flash fill it. We also have flash fill under Data tab. Also, flash fill is there. Where is it? We have flash fill somewhere here. Flash fill is it? We also have flash fill here. Okay, now I think we are good to go from there. So the other thing under the flash fill, there are some other options here under this flash fill here. This flash fill that we have under the Home tab. You can see under the fill option.
Hello,
here.
sir.
Hello.
Please, can you please repeat that side again? This flash
Which
fill
side?
aspect.
When you type the first one, email, just press Control E. It will fill other ones straight away. Control E. This one. So Control E. Can you see Control E here? Can you see Control E here? Use Control E. Yeah. Control E. Type the first email address and press Control E. It will flash fill it to the last cell. So sometimes you can fill to right, you can fill to left. If you see here, depending on where you want to fill to, fill right, fill left, fill up, fill this thing. And you can use series also. The way series work is this. Let me put some dates here. Let me put some numbers. Let me say 2, 4, 6. I have 2, 4, 6. I can select this range and I come to fill here. I can say series. Under series, I want it in a serial form and hit OK. Can you see that it has filled it? It has followed the trend that I was using now or whatsoever. The same thing with other ones here. Fill and series. Sometimes if it is growth, maybe greater than, maybe you have increased. Let's say you have 2, 4, 8. No, this is no longer linear again now. It means 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. You can quickly come here and use the same fill. So fill option can do many, but what we have learned here is just a flash fill. So these are other fill options that we have. You can use growth and or you use trend. Want to follow the trend? Okay. So these are the options we also have under this fill option here. So that is how to do flash fill. Flash fill is just create one sample and press Control E, or create one sample, or create the second one or third one. By the time you create 3, Excel will understand that you want it to flash fill, and then you can now flash fill from there. Flash fill is a flash fill. Pum, 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 pum. Good to go. Sheet protect. How to protect your worksheet. I want to show you how to protect your worksheet here. You remember while I was working on the formatting, my system just I thought maybe the cell is formatted, maybe a particular cell is protected. That's why I cannot work with it. But later I saw that maybe the Excel itself that was not responding. So let's look at this. Assuming you want to give a template like this to someone, but you don't want the person to change the template. You only want to give some places out to him to work on. You know what you do? If you click on a cell like this, if you click on this entire sheet, and go to review. Under review, you see protect sheet. If you click on this and hit OK, nobody can edit this cell again. Everything here. You can't do anything here again. Can you try it out? Just select, go to the extreme left here. Click on this box under your name box, this angle. It will select your workbook, the entire worksheet. Go to review, click on protect sheet, and click OK. Don't put password though, because if you forget your password, that's the end. But for now, if you want to use password in your office or whatever, you can use. But for now, for learning purpose, just click OK, no password. And see if you can edit that worksheet again. Can you?
No.
Yeah. Your workbook will not be able to edit any part of the workbook any longer. If you put anything there, try to edit something, it will not, because it's already unprotected. Oh, sorry, it's protected.
Sorry.
I didn't. It's again protect.
Sorry,
I didn't.
can you come again, please?
This is it. I'm still there. Select your worksheet. Select your worksheet. Go to review, and click on protect sheet. That's all. And OK.
It's okay. Thank you.
Have you done it? Now, if you try to edit it now, you will not be able to edit anything here. Now, when you give something like this to somebody and you want the person, you want to limit where somebody can edit in your workbook, do you know what you do? Press on Ctrl 1. On the extreme right, can you see protection? Can you see locked? This locked means that when you protect your worksheet, all the cell will be locked. It means that this cell where we are is telling us that by default, each cell is designed to be locked the moment you protect your worksheet. Under protection, the sheet will be locked. That is by default. Now, when you want to leave out a particular space for people to work, let's say you want to give this to somebody, the logo, everything is there. You want to leave out this date, invoice number, name of customer, right? In all these places, you are going to leave them out. Maybe this place where you can put the name and whatsoever. And perhaps this place also, all these places, the quantity and this, you want somebody to leave out this place for them so that they can type the required information while you lock the other ones. Fine. What do? You just select those cells. Select those cells. Select those cells that you want to leave out. Or if it is here, you can put it here. Or if we want to pick, let's leave it here. Let me select this. Now, what I'm doing is that I click on this and I hold Control. Click on this one also. Select this range that I need. Select the range that I need. I'm still holding my control. I've not dropped the control. I hold that control firmly. Then I select all this and I hit. So all this one now, I've selected them. Now I press Ctrl 1. You remove this on this locked. Remove it and click OK. Can you see that? These places that after selecting them one by one, if you cannot select one by one, you can just do it one by one. You first do this one first, You go to format cell, Control 1, you unlock this. You go to the other one, you unlock it. You can go to them one by one and unlock them one by one. You can do that, any one you like. Now, let's go back now and protect this sheet now. Protect sheet. Okay. Now, let me type anything here. I cannot type. But let me come here and type something here. It accepted something. Yeah, not possible. Let me move down. It accepted. Okay, the name of the customer now is accepted that, right? Okay, say you want to buy what? Donut. Quantity is 20, and the unit is 300 naira. Can you see that everything is working fine? And those places that if those places I don't want them to change will be there. Nobody can change them because they are what? They are protected. In that case, you may need to put password to protect your worksheet. Any question?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. My challenge is that the sharing of your sheets is not clearly showing sometimes here. I don't know what is causing it.
I think it's internet from your hand.
Okay.
My internet is a bit stable. Yeah.
Because sometimes when you are working on it, it's always stagnant here.
I think it's internet. It's internet. Is that same to is that same with everyone?
No, not really. Not really. My own is okay.
Okay. So I think it's from your hand. It's internet. Yeah.
Yeah, too. And I know it was due to the net.
Okay, ask your question.
Yeah, suppose I want to unprotect the sheet. Should I just do the reverse?
Yes, just click on unprotect. That's all. When you click on unprotect, it will ask you for password. Let's say I use to protect. So if you want to unprotect, it will ask your password. Your password, that's the end. Is that okay?
But the locked one you said, I still can edit it again.
The one
that one you
the
said,
one
F1.
you cannot edit it. That means you didn't protect it very well.
Yes.
When you protect your sheet, the one you leave out, Abby.
Yeah, no. The one I highlighted, lock, and I'm still able to edit.
The one you highlighted, and you have unlocked them.
So that's yeah.
By the time you uncheck this box, it means they are unlocked.
Okay.
When you check this box, it means that this is locked now. It means that the shell is going to be locked. But when you do like this, it's unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah. Any cell that you unlock, when you protect the sheet, those cells will be left out for you to work on. Is that clear now?
To lock, highlight everything and go and press lock, or it is protected sheet that can only work for it.
Any sheet, if you open a new sheet like this and you protect, you can protect it, nothing will work here.
Okay.
Because it's by default, you have it as locked by default. But when you remove it, only that cell now that I selected now, you can work on this cell H10 now. If I protect this sheet, only cell H10 can accept anything here.
Okay.
Can you see now? Yeah. Is it H10 or H9? That cell can accept something, Sha. So when you unlock this, when you press Ctrl 1 and you unlock any cell, that cell is free for editing. When you protect your sheet, it said locking cells or hiding formulas has no effect until you protect the worksheet. From the view lab, protect group, protect sheet button. So the other thing I want to show you is hidden formula, how to hide your formula. Look at this invoice there. We're coming back to this place. How to hide your formula.
Sorry, Akim, before you
Hello?
go ahead, how did you, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Before you go ahead, please, how did you, if I want to lock other parts, how did you get to format cell? That's
Control 1.
Dialog box that will
Control
show.
1.
Oh,
Control 1.
Okay.
You can press Control 1. You can get it from anywhere. Go to Home tab. Go to Home tab and expand any of this. All this button will take you there. Go to Protection.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. And you can right click also. Click on Format Cell.
Okay.
It will take you there. So those are the places that you can get to that. Now, you can look at this formula. Can you see the formula? I multiply these two columns together, right? But what I want to do now is, I don't want people to know the formula I use there. I want to hide this formula, right? You know what I will do? I have selected this area. I press Ctrl 1 and I put it in. It's locked and hidden. Now, let's say OK. Let me protect my worksheet again. Protect sheet. Hit OK. Now, when I click on this cell, look at the formula. Look at this place. Can you see anything?
Answer.
Nothing, because I have hidden. People will be seeing it here. It will be working. But when you click on it, nothing. Can you see? When you click on it, you see nothing there. So nobody will know the formula. They see that it's working, but they will not know how I got this formula. That's how to hide your formula and protect your worksheet.
Again, no, my screen is not showing again.
Your screen is not showing? No worry.
Should explain it. My screen is not showing.
Is your screen showing now?
Yes, it's showing now.
It's showing now, Abi? Okay, no problem. I said select this part of your formula. This is where you have your formula, right? Press Ctrl 1.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's already protected. Let me unprotect it first. Select this. Press Ctrl 1. Check this hidden. That means you want it hidden now. You make sure you mark that hidden and click OK. When you mark it,
okay,
you can see that you can still see it now. But the moment you protect your sheet, you can no longer see anything here again.
Okay.
Can you see that? As they are putting it, they will not see what you have there. See this place where I don't hide some. Can you see this one I shrink? But this place I hid, can you see there? Not working. You can't see anything. You can't feel it. That's how to protect those sheets.
Okay.
Good. So the last part is a shortcut. So this one, I just leave it there for you to go through them. So if there's anything you do very often, please try to master some shortcuts. It makes your job faster. It gives you faster approach to work when you're working. You can see the way I press Ctrl 1, Ctrl this. It makes things faster than to be clicking, go to Home tab, move to the right, move to the left. You already finished what you want to do. What somebody is still doing, using the mouse to hover around the tabs. Okay. So let me give you 1 minute to do that. While I will send another workbook to you in your group now, so that we can continue from there. Kingsley, do you have any question? Oh, I've answered the question. You raise your hand.
Excuse me. Please, I'm trying to send the worksheet to my system, but it's not connect. It's not sending at all. Just saying sending failed. Sending failed.
From where?
From the phone to the system. You
phone.
know, you sent it to WhatsApp. Yes, to the laptop.
You are using Bluetooth or what? Are you using to send it?
Yes, I'm using Bluetooth.
Do you have cable? You can use cable now.
Yes.
Cable can be faster.
Oh, yes, I'll use cable. Let me try cable.
Connect it. Yeah. Or you connect your WhatsApp to your system.
Okay.
And connect your WhatsApp to your system also.
Yeah.
I just sent another workbook now to your groups.
Instructor, please, can you help?
I just sent day 2 now. I said day 2 to you. Somebody is saying something down there. A guy. I can't hear you very well.
Yes, I said the first data you sent.
Okay.
I didn't get it because I was not in the first class.
I sent it today again. Which group? Which of the group are you? Check your WhatsApp group. It's there. Check your WhatsApp group. You have it in your WhatsApp group. Do you belong to any of WhatsApp group? Check your WhatsApp group. You'll find it there. I've sent another one now. Can you see it? Please confirm if you have received the second one.
Can you help send the link? I'm not in any group.
Okay.
I joined through your direct through your DM.
Okay, no problem. I will share the WhatsApp group. I will share the WhatsApp group.
Excel sheet for day 2.
Thank you very much. I will share the link for those people who want to join. If you are not in any of the group, let me share the link. And
then
hello. Hello.
Well done.
Hello.
Well done.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so this is Felix.
Just sent one of the links there. Please, who's speaking, please? Sorry, I can't hear you. Your line is breaking.
Felix.
Felix, oh, how are you there? Ask your question now. But your line is breaking, oh. Am I the only one experiencing that? I can't hear you. Anything. I can't hear anything from you, Felix.
Is it better now?
Okay. Nothing again. Nothing again. Can you use text? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Talk now? Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so like you just experienced, that has been my experience almost throughout this lecture. I've been struggling with internet. Please help with the record as soon as possible so that one could do a review on time. Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Honestly.
I will share with you.
Just join the WhatsApp platform. Please, can you reshare the documents?
The WhatsApp link, right? I've sent the link.
The WhatsApp link you shared now. Yeah, for us,
okay, you have joined now, right? Okay, you want me to send?
You shared earlier on. Can you reshare?
Okay, I get you now. Please, can somebody in the group help me reshare, please? Help me reshare the workbook in your groups, please.
I will reshare it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
2 people just joined, so I will reshare now.
Thank you very much. So you can reshare in the group. Joseph, your question.
Yeah, hello, Oga Kazim. Please, can we just take back a little, just a little minute, look at this lock and protection of sheets. I'm finding it difficult to navigate between the unlocking some particular cells.
Okay, here, right? You know what you do first. The first thing you do is try to first lock. Oh, I think my screen is not shared, right? Can you see my screen? Let me share the full screen. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. Protect sheet. Just protect the old sheet like this first. Is it working? Do you get that? Select the.
If you check, hello, sir. If you check the dialog box that just came up, there are 2 checks on what you just did. There are 2 checks on the dialog box. Did you see those 2 checks?
Let me unprotect it and control 1. I have only one here. This other one is for protection of formulas. When you want to hide your formula. This one is for hidden. When you want to hide formula, you check that box yourself. By default, you have this one locked, this one checked, this one not checked. So when you want to hide your when you want to protect worksheet and you want to leave out particular space, you want to leave out somewhere. Look at this sheet now. I want to leave out this place. I want to paint it yellow. I want to leave out this place for editing, right? Please, there's noise from your background. I will press this Control 1 and I will remove this locked. Can you see now? I will remove this locked because I want to leave this place out for people to edit. I click OK. So let me protect this sheet now. Let me protect this sheet and hit OK. Can you see that this place now, I can type something here because I've removed that check box. Let me try this place. See now, because this place, I've removed that check from that locked. This place, when I protect my sheet, this place will not be locked. Will not be locked. Get that now. Now, I have formulas here. I have formulas here. But the formula, I want people to see on protect sheet. I don't want people to know the formula I use here. I don't want people to know the formula. Control 1. By default, you know this place is not checked, it's not locked before. By default, it's not locked. But now I want to hide the formula. I will check this box. That is why you see 2 check boxes here. I want to lock the cell. At the same time, hide the content. 2 things is happening now. I lock the cell and I want to hide the content. I hit OK. Now, it will not work until I protect my sheet. You can still see the formula here. The moment I protect this sheet, look at this formula now. It's still there. When I protect the sheet, bam, you can't see the formula again. That is why you have 2 checkbox there. Is that okay, Joseph?
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, now I've sent the other workbook, the workbook 2. We're going to look at 1 or 2 things here. Now, the first thing we're going to look at, these 2 topics, they resemble each other. Named range and reference. As far as I'm concerned, when you talk about Excel knowledge, I take this reference as the most important Excel knowledge you must have. Yeah, there's VLOOKUP, there's pivot table, there's all those things. Without this knowledge of reference, You can't enjoy any Excel formula you know. You can't really enjoy your pivot table knowledge or all the knowledge you think you have. If you don't understand the reference very well, you can't enjoy even using Excel formulas to work. So I want you to put more attention to that. Now, before we get to the reference, let's start from named range. When you talk about named range, it's about giving name. Name range is about giving name to a particular cell or range of cells. You can look at this cell. I want to name this column. I want to name it. I want to give it a name. Fine, I can just do that. I can just name it. I'm clicking on cell A1. Remember, I told you that this cell has a name. Where can we see you can tell me where we can get the name of this cell? Can somebody tell me where we can get the name of this cell? Can somebody tell me the name of this cell? Yesterday we
A1.
Left corner here. On the left corner, you can see the cell.
A1.
The name, exactly. This is the name of this cell now. Cell A1. Now, this is A1 now. I want to change the name. I just click on this box. I delete it. And I change this name to Coyote. 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 Let me leave like that. I name it as Coyote. Enter. Now, can you see that cell A1 now is showing? It's not showing A1 again. It's now showing Coyote now. Can you try that, everyone? Click on cell A1 and change this name to Coyote or your name or any name you like. Just click on cell A1 and click on this box. Change the name you have there to any name you like. Do that. After if you are done with that, now go to cell D1. Type equals to Coyote. Is it pointing to that cell A1 or not? Like my own screen here. Is it pointing to that? That is, we have given the name to that cell. Anytime you mention Coyote in this workbook, we are referring to that cell. Okay. Now let me put something here. Let me put 340 here. Can you see now we have 340 here? I can say okay equals to Coyote times 2. 80. I can say Coyote times what? Times 10. 3400. So anything in this cell now represents what? Coyote. That is just what named range is all about. The good thing about named range is that you can call the name from any worksheet. Let me go to the last worksheet here. The last worksheet, I added one sheet 7. I can come here and say equals to Coyote. Can you see? From wherever Coyote is, I can see some Coyote here. Then I want to sum Coyote. Sum. Put the bracket. Coyote. Put bracket. Close the bracket. I can work here. So instead of me to equals to and come to this place, come and link here and hit enter. No. Instead of linking the cell page by page, I can just call the name from anywhere and the name will respond to me. So that is how to name your range. Now, let's go back to our worksheet and let's quickly look at how we can make use of this. at this. Look at this name here. I want to name these cells. I want to name them. I want to give them names. There are different ways by which you can give name. The one I just did now, I just did, is a simple way. Click on a cell and give it a name. Now I want to give this formula. I want to give all this to these names. This one should be price. This one should be demand. This one is unit cost, and this one is fixed cost. So that I can be able to apply the formula to get my profit. Now I can click on this and change this one to price. I can click on this and change this one to what? To demand. Now there's another way by which I can do it when I have more than one numbers or more than one names to name. These are the names here already, and these are the numbers. These are the columns I want to use. I can just select this. Then I can go to my data tab or formula tab. Click on create from selection. Can you see? Create what? From selection. I've selected this range. I can say, okay, create from selection. Where do I want to create name from? The name is on the left column. Since the name is on left column, I can just click OK. Now, I have name for all this. Let me click on name manager. You see all the names we have created. Can you see the name we just created? Price, unit cost, demand, carrier day, and fixed cost. Can you see that? These are the names we have just created now. If I come here now and I say equals to demand multiplied by, open the bracket, price, this one, minus unit cost, close the bracket, minus fixed cost, hit enter. I see that it's working. So me looking at this, somebody can tell me what is happening. But compare it to when you see equals to A2 times B2 minus C2 plus D7. You see, you struggle to understand what A2 is, what B2 is. You'll be looking up and down to know what they stand for. But now you can see that, okay, we multiply the demand by the profit from this price minus unit cost. That is the demand. Remember the quantity we sold, okay, minus fixed cost. Oh, that's our profit. It's as simple as that. So you can create name from selection. You can create name by just clicking on this place and change the name. Also, you can also use define name to create your name. I have this cell. I want to create my name here. I can call this place. I can pick define name and call it Akim. Or I call it sales. Or anything I call it. So the moment I say equals to Akim, can you see now we have it selected. So we want to sum them together. We want to add them together. We want to delete. You want to minus something from there. Whatever you want to do with that column, you can actually be working with it without looking at the column, since you already have it as a name. Now, let's come back to this place again. I'm selecting this again, range now. Akim plus anything, okay, no problem. Okay, so let's come back to the place. Now, I selected this range and I click on create from selection. This time around, my name, the name I want to give to these are share price. These are shares of shares. These are prices. This time around, the name I want to create is from the top. Can you see now? The name is now from the top. I want to name this place. All this one as shares. All this one as what? As price. I can click OK. Top row. OK. Now, what do we do now? Because okay, I want to multiply the shares by the price. I say share multiply by prices. Hit enter. Multiply it. You can copy it down, and that's good. That is how that works. The share by the price. We create name here, and we use that here. Now I'm going to give you this as assignment. I'm going to give you this as assignment. You're going to create this formula. You want to use this formula. You change this place. You name this place as growth. This is your growth. This is your last year. So when you want to create next year, it's going to be 1 plus growth times last year. For 2021, this is your last year. For 2022, this is your last year. So I want you to try that out, and we're going to solve it together. So we're going to try it together when we meet tomorrow. Now let's quickly learn something from reference before we call it a day. We're going to stop on reference today. So reference in Excel, when you are working with formula in Excel, and you copy, most time in Excel, when you write the formula, you want to copy it from somewhere to another place. Look at everything we have been doing so far. We create one, we copy it. We create another one, we copy it. Look at this. We have this one will multiply this. When you move down, this one will multiply this. When you move down, it will multiply the next one. So the same thing, look at this special here. If I do something like this, if I say equals to this times this, please look at my screen. If I copy this thing down, it will be changing itself. You can see I multiply apple before. Now it has changed to orange. Now it has changed to bananas. See another one, it has changed to lemon. It's shifting one by one, one by one. Yeah, that is the default setting, default reference that we have in Excel. It is called relative reference. As you are copying it, it will be shifting one by one cell. If you copy to the right, it will move towards the right. If you copy down, it will move down. That is called relative reference. But in some cases, you don't want some cell to move. In some cases, you don't want some cells to move. Look at this case here. Somebody give you a rate somewhere. There's a rate somewhere, and then you want to get the price by multiplying the rate or the sales rate with quantity and hit OK. You can see that we have gotten this. If we copy this thing down, we're going to get error. Why? Because each time you click on this, look at this thing, it has changed from 100. Copy the next one, check the next one, is on quantity. Check the next one. As this one is shifting, this one is shifting, this other side, the other side is also what? Shifting. Now, what do you do in this case? When you face with this kind of problem, what you are going to do is that we don't want this cell to move from where it is. We are going to apply what is called absolute reference. When you don't want a cell to move, you don't want it to change from the location it is currently, we are going to use what is called absolute reference. How do we do that? Just select this cell, let me say equals to 100, and press F4 on your keyboard. You see F4 on your keyboard. Look at this F4 here. Function. You see F4 here. This one. This F4. Click on the F4. You are going to see the dollar sign.
We're going to see dollar sign in front of C and in front of 6. You know, the cell is cell C6. Now it's now $C, $6.
Can you repeat it, Akim, please?
First to select this cell and press F4. That's all. Before you do anything,
to, okay,
select the cell.
Equals to select the cell, then F4, right?
F4, yeah.
Thank you.
Try it out. Is it working with you? Can you see dollar sign in front of it? $C, $6. That shows that you have locked that cell. $C, $6. Now, if I copy this thing to the right, 100.
Sorry, sir. I didn't get it. So
okay,
I will equal to select this cell, right? Then press F4. Is it just F4 or Control F4?
Okay. If F4 is not working on your keyboard, press FN before you press F4. Press the FN and F4 together. FN.
Okay,
FN. Yeah, function key. That function.
Okay.
Press this and F4 together. It should work now.
Okay. It's this one works. Yes.
Yeah.
That's worked now. Thank you.
Yeah. So that is how to create absolute reference. So anywhere you copy this to now, equals to, look at
Sorry,
it.
sir. F what? F what, sir?
F4.
F4.
Like this. F4.
Where do
F4
I
here.
see that?
Look at my screen.
Okay.
This is it.
Okay.
This is F4. F1.
Okay.
This is F4. Can you see F4 here?
Yes.
You see it on your screen at the top, at the extreme top here.
Okay.
Very close to your screen on your keyboard.
Okay.
See there. F4. Okay. Yeah. Good. So, like I said, this is very important knowledge. We're going to learn it today, and we're going to start there tomorrow again. Next Saturday. We'll start there on Saturday so that you can grab it very well. Because each time you create formula, the more we move, your formula, you cannot just copy formula to the right or left or whatever. You have to apply reference to some of them. And with that, you might have to create formula 1,000 times before you can get what you want. Get that? So now, look at what we have just done. We put dollar in front of the C and D. If I copy to the right, everything is still pointing to that 100. It's not shifting now. If I copy down, it's not shifting. So you can see that 100 remain 100. It's not that it's changing from one place to another, like the first formula we did. Now let's calculate our formula now, our function, this thing now. I want to multiply this. This multiply by this. The moment I click on this, I just press F4. Now you can see that the D9 is not fixed. The D9, which is 200, is not fixed, but this C6 is fixed now. Enter. Let me copy this down. Can you see? That error has gone. Everything here is pointing to that 100. Because we have instructed Excel to ensure that this guy is kept imprisoned without leaving the cell. We don't want to leave that cell to anywhere. It should be in that cell. So everything here should multiply that what? That cell alone. This is called absolute reference.
Okay.
This is called absolute what? Absolute reference. Again, let me do it again. Yep. Just F4. Yeah, great. N equals to this. I press F4 first. Multiply by, then I press this. I hit OK. So with this now, I'm free now to copy my formula to anywhere. No error again. Everything is pointing to that what? Why this one is changing location from cell from D9 to D10 to D11. The C6 remain in present. It cannot move. It is fixed. We fix the column. What we have just done is that we said what we have done with this $C$6 is that it should not shift. We want to fix the column. We want to permanent this one on what? On column C and permanent it on row 6, which means it cannot shift right, it cannot shift down, it can't shift anywhere. We have fixed the column and we have fixed the row where they meet. We have fixed it. Now, let's move a bit further now. Look at this one. It's different from the first one we have. Now we have 3 different prices and we have the range of data here. We want to multiply all these things with the price, but we don't want to be creating them one by one. If you say equals to this, multiply by this, you get the first one. Now, we don't want to be creating every time. You see, it started throwing error. And we want to use the same formula for everything. How you see? So you have a lot of errors here. How do we solve this kind of problem? What we do is, one, we don't want to lock the number, because when we move to the right, we want D to multiply with this and this to multiply with this. Not only 100, we want 300 to multiply this column. We want 250 to multiply what? This column. Which means that the column C will be free. C will not be freezed. We will not freeze our C. We will not freeze D. We will not freeze A. But we are going to fix 25 only, because it's along this line that we have to maintain the number. Let me show you how to test it. Sometimes when you are working, you don't know where to fix. This is how to test what to fix. I multiply 100 by 64. Can you see what I've done? I just multiply a single one. I copy to the right. Is it giving me what I want? When I copy towards the right, is it giving me what I want? I want you to talk. Can you see?
Yes.
It's giving me what I want, because I want you to multiply the other column, which means that copying from C to D is not my problem. That's the meaning. It means that column is not my problem. Is that clear now? Since when I copy towards the right, it's giving me the right answer. That means column is not my problem. Now let me copy down. Can you see what happened? It's giving me error. It's not multiplying what I want to multiply, right? It means that my problem now is copy from row 26 to 27. From row 36 to 37, 38. That's where the problem is. It means that row, I have to focus my attention on what? On row only. Is that explanation easier to grab?
Yes.
When I copy towards the right, it's okay. It means that I can copy from C to D, D to E. I don't have problem with the column. But when I copy down, it gives me error. It means that my problem is what? My focus should be on rows. So what do we do? Let's now see what we're going to do to solve that problem. I click on my 100. This is C25. Then I press F4 or function F4, depend on your keyboard. F4 or function F4. So it has fixed the column and row. Remember, our problem is not column but row. I press F4 again. Now my column is free. Thank God. Column is what? Is free. Now there's no dollar in front of column again. Then I can now say, okay, multiply by this now. I can multiply it now. This simple thing we have done, we have solved all the problem. A single formula will fill all our boxes. We just use a single formula now to fill all the boxes. Instead of creating formula for each of the column separately or creating column for each of the row separately, we just use a single formula and wow, everything is done. Let me do it again once more before you practice your own. Equals to, I hit 100. Click on 100. Bam. But since I want to copy my formula across, I have to put it in reference. F4. But this time around, I don't want to multiply everything with 100. I want to move to C, from C to D, and from E to E. That prices should move. Which means that I need to relax some things. Now that will be on my column. I press F4 again for the second time. If your own is function F4, you press function F4 again for the second time. Now we have the C is now relaxed. Now, can you see that the C does not have any dollar again in front of it? Now, you can now multiply. Now, multiply now with 64, which is the first one, and hit enter. Copy this towards the right, and copy this down. Boom. Good job. Everything is done. This is just a total. And that is how it is done. Can you try that out? We try it out. Is it working? Fine.
It's working for me.
Good job. Who else again?
It works for me too.
Great job.
I got it. Yeah.
So that is how to use absolute and mixed reference. What we have just done now, the one we did now, when we have $1, one free, we call it mixed reference. Yeah, what we did here, the first one we did was absolute reference, but now is now mixed. One is a free and one is not free. The row is free. I thought the column is free, but we fixed the row. That's mixed reference. So we are going to call it a day now. We're going to continue from here next week, Saturday. And for those of us who still want to join to continue with us, you can just make payment during the week before Saturday next week. Either you will make full payment or part payment. whichever is easier for you, let me know. Talk to me after the class. I will be glad to support you. And my focus is for everyone to learn. And we want to add some values to you and add values to your career too. So if you still want to join us next week, try as much as possible. We are going to continue from here next week. Before next week, I will give you this. Try to work on this also. This time around, you are going to fix row, not column. We are going to fix column here. Yeah, you're going to fix column. I'll give you an assignment to you. This is the rate, growth rate. This is year 0. What should be the growth rate every year? Multiply every year by this. What should be the next year sales? Assuming this is our year sales, what will be our sales for the year 1, year 2, up to year 10? But using this growth rate for every year. So I'm going to use the knowledge we just learned now to fix this problem also. So we're going to start from there next week. But before then, I want to practice this out and practice this one also out also. So practice this and practice this. There is a secret knowledge here. We're going to unlock next week. There's a secret something we're going to do here under this turnover here, and we're going to learn this also next week. Then we move ahead to all other courses. The reason why I'm very slow about all this beginning is that if you don't get all this one very well, you'll be dragging us back when we start the full class. Yeah, so please let's try as much as possible to ensure that we learn, to understand all these basic. They are basic, but they are very important. They are fundamental to our training in Excel. Like I told you, this knowledge of reference, please don't joke with it. Don't joke with it. If you don't know it, it will always be taking you. You can see the way we have used a single formula now to kill all the birds once. If you have like 1 million rows or 1 million columns, you don't have problem. Just understand the reference knowledge and just create one single formula. Pam, you are good to go. Sometimes you just need to do little editing. Pam, 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 and all your formulas are intact. So for those of us who just joined today, the cost of the training is 45,000 naira for 8 weeks, and thereafter, after the 8 weeks, we are going to monitor your progress on your project for the next 3 months, and that will serve as your internship period. So that's it means that we are not just going to just train you and leave you and drop you, but mind you, this thing we are going to learn takes time. So you must create time to learn every day. You can see that I allow you to practice because I know not everyone will have time to practice again after the class. And by the time we enter the work week, people will be busy with work, come back in the night, tired, wake up in the morning, especially people in the big city like Lagos. You leave 5 a.m., you come back 10 p.m., all those things. But try, even at work, copy the video or download the video or whichever way, or you can just click on the link at work, watch 30 minutes, practice 30 minutes every day. By next week Saturday, you are a guru in everything you have done since yesterday. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any question, you can ask your question now before we round it up. Any question?
I don't have any question. Yes, comment. I just want to commend you. I want to thank you so much. I've learned what I've never learned in my life in Excel, just for today and yesterday. So definitely I'll part of the remaining lectures. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much too for your comment. Okay, thank you very much. So I will share the
recording with you. Thank you, Mr. Kim. Thank you so much. So do we maintain the same WhatsApp group?
Yes.
For the continuation.
The WhatsApp group will remain open, except for the one with September 2018. The unpaid member will be removed from the group. That's the only group that will not be kept open. The one with September, if you are in the group September, and you cannot meet up. If you cannot meet up with the payment, I can have you to the other group so that you can still follow us when we have the other training in future.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.